The third fully revised edition of a book on environmental law and policy in Namibia was launched in the capital on Thursday. The first edition of the book, titled Environmental Law and Policy in Namibia Towards Making Africa the Tree of Life, was launched in 2011 and the second in 2013. The third edition includes some new chapters and sections on topics such as environmental management and disaster risk management. Minister of Environment and Tourism, Pohamba Shifeta, said at the launch, environmental law and policy have one common goal, which is to achieve environmental sustainability within the overall framework of sustainable development.
Environmental sustainability involves making decisions and taking actions that are in the interest of protecting the natural world. Environmental sustainability is, in a nutshell, about the rates of renewable resources, harvesting, pollution creation, and non-renewable resource depletion that can be continued indefinitely. Obviously, environmental sustainability has not been the major concern in the past at a global and a national level. Otherwise, in Namibia, we would not have to deal with a range of difficult environmental challenges, including, among others, land degradation, water scarcity and pollution, deforestation, biodiversity loss, and climate change.
The book is multi-authored and has 606 pages. It was edited by Oliver Rubel, a full-time professor of law at the University of Stellenbosch and the director of the Development and Rule of Law program in South Africa, and Catherine Rubel-Slichting, a senior legal researcher and director of Mason Institute's Forum of Law, International Relations and Development. At the same event, Rubel emphasized that mining is a lifeline for Namibia, which is why they introduced chapters dealing with mining, energy law and renewable energies.
Waste is a very serious issue for the continent and for the seas. That's why we have also introduced new chapters in response to the impacts of climate change. I had the great privilege to serve as an advisor to the United Nations in the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change over the past years. And I was probably involved when the sentence was coined that Africa is one of the most vulnerable continents when it comes to climate change. In fact, the sentence was initially supposed to be crafted as Africa is the most vulnerable continent. But the international community did not buy into that. But I can tell you, Africa is the most vulnerable continent. The science is clear, and our politicians are asked to respond to the science. They are asked to protect the people from the impacts, and we've heard it. We've got more and more floods, droughts, severe weather events, and that is why I'm particularly happy that we could introduce a new chapter in this book on top of the existing climate change law and policy chapters dealing with disaster risk management and disaster risk reduction. How do we protect the people from the impacts of severe weather events and climate change?